Hello, everyone, and welcome to this fifth day of our 7-day chair yoga series. And today we'll be doing a practice similar to yesterday, but we'll be adding a few standing postures. Okay, so let's get started. So bring your hands to the knees, bring the spine nice and long, and let the eyes softly close. Allowing yourself to breathe naturally first. And today we're going to practice an Ujjayi breath. Okay, so it's just where we produce a sound in the base of the throat here. Okay, so it's just tightening this area, contracting this space right here, the throat, until you hear your own breath. Just loud enough that you can hear it. It doesn't have to be very strong. And when you contract, try to do it as softly as you can, just so you could hear the sound. Try not to tighten very much in the throat. It's just so you could hear the sound and make it as smooth as possible. Okay? So inhaling. And exhaling. And I'll breathe a little louder just so you can hear. Focusing on making that sound as smooth as you possibly can. Smooth and continuous throughout the breath. And next time you exhale, relaxing the throat, letting go of breathing like that. Just come back to your natural breath. And we'll bring the hands together at the heart. And just take 3 nice deep breaths together. And bring the hands down to the knees, lift the head, lengthen the spine, reach the top of the head up towards the ceiling. And with your exhale, we're going to bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, and you can bring the right arm onto the left side of the head, and just gently helping to lengthen the left side of the neck. A few breaths like this. Trying to keep the left shoulder relaxing down towards the left hip. Inhaling, bring the head up. And exhaling, just the opposite. We'll bring the left ear towards the left shoulder, the left hand on the right side of the head, and drop the right shoulder down towards the right hip. Smooth, relaxed breaths. Inhaling, lift the head upright. And then we'll bring the right hand to the back of the neck. Reach the elbow up towards the ceiling. And then bring the left hand, this is if it's comfortable for you, you can bring the left hand to the right elbow. And focus on stretching the back of the right arm. So if this isn't comfortable, you can just bring the right hand to the head and focus on lengthening, reaching the elbow up towards the ceiling. Keep the chest open. Inhaling, bring the right hand down, the left hand to the back of the neck, reach up with the elbow, bring the right hand to the left elbow if it's comfortable for you. And smooth, deep breaths. Inhaling, bring both hands down to the legs. And then we're going to turn to the right first. So bring the right foot on the right side of the chair, toes pointing straight out to the right, and left foot pointing straight forward, flat on the floor. Bring the hands up to shoulder height, and relax the neck as much as you can. Pull the shoulder blades together in the back. Inhaling, drop the left hand down to the chair, sweep the right hand up, lengthen the right side. Exhaling, bring the right elbow to the right knee, left hand up and over, chest facing forward throughout. Inhaling, bring the hands back to shoulder height. Exhaling, relax the neck, pull the shoulder blades together again. Inhaling, drop the left hand down, right hand up. Exhaling, bring the right elbow to the knee, left hand up and over. Keep the chest open. Inhaling, hands back to shoulder height. And exhaling, relax the neck. And one more time like that. Inhaling, left hand down, right hand up. Exhaling, elbow to the knee, left hand up and over, chest facing forward. Inhaling, hands to shoulder height. And exhaling, hands down to the knees. And then we'll turn to the other side. So left foot on the left side of the chair, toes pointing straight out to the left. Right foot flat on the floor in front, toes pointing straight forward. Bring the hands up to shoulder height. And exhaling, relax the neck. Inhaling, drop the right hand down, left hand up. And exhaling, elbow to the knee, right hand up and over, opening the chest, keeping it facing forward as much as possible. Inhaling, bring the hands back to shoulder height. And exhaling, relax your neck, relax the shoulders. Inhaling, right hand down, left hand up. And exhaling, elbow to the knee, right hand up and over, opening the chest. Inhaling, bring the hands back to shoulder height. And exhaling, relax the neck, pull the shoulder blades together in the back. One more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling, hands to shoulder height. And exhaling, hands to the knees. We'll turn to face forward now. Okay. So we're going to come to standing now at the back of the chair. And I suggest that you have a yoga mat under your chair to keep it from sliding when we lean on it. You can either do that, or you can have the legs of the chair on the opposite side that you're pressing on against the wall, so it'll stop the chair. Those are the two options. If you have something else, if you have like a rug on the floor, it should be okay. It shouldn't slip, but just check first before you move into the standing postures, okay? So I'm just going to turn my chair this way so you can see what I'm doing. And bring both the hands onto the back of the chair. Step away from the chair a little bit. So you have about the space of your foot in front. Okay? You can lock the eyes on one point so it helps to keep a steady gaze on something that isn't moving. And then we're going to shift all the weight over to the left foot. You can have both hands on the chair at first. Inhaling, let the right foot come out. Exhaling, bring the foot behind the left foot. Inhaling out and exhaling in front of the left foot. Inhaling, this is with your own breath. So as you're doing these movements, try to only move from the hip, only from the hip. Try not to lean the body over when you lift the foot. Okay? Try to keep the hip over the ankle as you do this. And if you feel balanced here, this is also a way you can progress in it. Once you start to feel more balanced, you can remove one hand and then remove both hands, but take your time and do this gradually. So start with both hands on the chair. And then exhaling, we're going to bring the foot back to the ground. And I'm just going to switch sides here so you can see. Okay. I'll bring the hands on the chair. Have about the space of one foot in front of the chair, in front of the foot. And inhaling, let the left foot come out first. Exhaling behind the right foot. Inhaling out. And exhaling in front of the right foot, out, behind the right foot, out, in front of the left foot. And this is with your own breath, at your own pace. You can remove one hand if you feel balanced here, and eventually both. So it's up to you, move with your own pace. You can start with both hands on the chair, and try to keep the gaze locked on one point, something that isn't moving. And try not to move from up here at the hip. Try to move from down here. So if this muscle is weak, it'll probably feel hard at first. But gradually, as it strengthens, it'll be easier to move down from the hip. Okay? Next time you exhale, bring both feet on the ground. And then we're going to come to tree pose. So I'm just going to turn my chair facing towards you. So we're going to have the right foot pointing straight forward. And again, you'll be directly behind the chair. I'm just to the side so you can see. So we're going to externally rotate the left foot so the left toes are pointing straight out to the side or as much as is comfortable for you. But try to make the rotation come from the hip as much as you can. Then we're going to bring the left heel to the inside of the right ankle. You can have the left toes on the ground, and you can stay here if you want to, balancing. If you feel more balanced, you want to go further, you can bring the bottom of the left foot to the inside of the right calf like this. Okay? But try to focus on keeping the hip open. Right? So I would only move higher as you can make the knee come straight out to the side. Okay? Focus in the hips. Try to keep the right hip over the right ankle. Try not to let it slide out to the side. Okay? Keep a steady gaze, eyes locked on one point. And again, same thing for this posture. You can start with both hands on the chair. Then you can progressively remove one hand. And as you feel balanced, you can remove both. Okay? So this is at your own pace. Just begin with 2. And we'll just keep a steady gaze, smooth, deep breaths. And then bring the left foot down to the ground. So then we're just going to I'm going to step over to the other side. You'll just stay behind. Okay? Both hands on the chair, left toes pointing straight forward. Rotate the right foot so it's pointing straight out to the right as much as you can and trying to move from the hip. Okay? Bring the right heel to the inside of the left ankle. Toes can be on the ground. You can stay here, or you can bring the bottom of the right foot to the inside of the left calf. Remember, the emphasis is on keeping the hip open. And have the eyes locked on one point, steady gaze. A few deep breaths here. And again, as you progress, you can either remove one hand or both whenever you feel balanced. And then we're going to bring the right foot down to the ground. I'll step back over here. You'll stay facing forward. And we're going to externally rotate the right foot. So my right toes are pointing straight out to the right side. Okay? Both hands on the chair. And inhaling, lift the left foot up so the toes are pointing straight forward. And you can come like this, just lifting it off the ground. The right side of the body does move to the right. Okay? Keep the chest facing forward, hip open is most important. So I would only go as far as you can with the hips open. And you can go further if you want to. You can keep both hands on the chair, right? This is as much as is comfortable for you, okay? And we'll hold here just for a breath or two. Inhaling, come up. And same thing on the other side. So I'm going to externally rotate my toes so that my left toes are pointing straight out to the left. I'm going to have the right foot pointing forward. Inhaling, lift the leg. And again, it can be this much. It's wherever you can comfortably go. And then we're going to hold here for a breath or two. With your inhale, come upright. And then we're going to come around sitting back in the chair again. Okay? So we're going to turn to the right first. Both feet flat on the floor, pointing straight ahead of you, about hip distance apart. And then we're going to bring the hands around to the chair. So you can bring both hands on the corner of the chair like this, or if it's comfortable, you can bring one hand on either side of the chair. And inhaling, open the chest. Exhaling, rotate around. It's with your exhale naturally without forcing. Remember, never pulling with the hands. Next time you inhale, rotate all the way around to the front, and we're going to come right to the other side. Same thing there. So we're going to bring both feet flat on the floor, pointing straight ahead. Bring either both hands to the corner of the chair like this, or you could bring both hands to either side, one hand to either side of the chair. Inhaling and exhaling naturally with your breath. Relax your neck as much as you can. Inhaling, rotate all the way around to the front again. And we're going to bring the feet about hip distance apart. Bring the hands around to the back of the chair. Rotate the shoulders back and open the chest towards the ceiling. Nice deep breaths here. Inhaling, come up. And then we're going to slide all the way to the back of the chair. Just let the legs relax. Bring the hands out to the sides, palms facing up. And exhale, cross the right arm under the left. Bring the hands to arms or shoulders and exhale, round the back, drop the head. And Inhaling, bring the hands back out. Exhaling, bring the left arm onto the right, hands to arms or shoulders, and exhale, round the back, drop the head. Inhale, bring the hands to the knees, and let the eyes softly close. We'll come to Shavasana, relaxation posture. And again, just bring your attention back within your body, just being aware of how you feel now after the practice. Noticing your state of mind, noticing the sensations in your body, however they are. And when you're ready, you can bring the hands together at the heart. We'll take 3 nice deep breaths together. And thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. So next class will be number 6, and we'll be focusing on strength postures. So mostly sitting, but we may do some standing. Okay? So I hope to see you then. Thank you.